Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe, Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe, Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe. Radha Kunda Sunday Satsang, January 15th. Sun has come out now, going to Uttarayana, Northern Hemisphere, so everyone's happy. So this Sunday Satsang, anyone have any questions? Questions? Yeah.
Radhisha Maharaj.
Yeah, Radhisha.
Maharaj, my question is, does Krishna lives in one or different form in Golok Vrindavan?
What is it?
Krishna lives in different forms or in one form in Goloka Vrindavan?
Krishna has unlimited forms. He has one form for every liberated soul. How many Krishnas do you want? Every liberated soul, Krishna expands himself to enjoy pastimes with every liberated soul. So Krishna is in here in the earth planet when he's having Prakat Leela. He's in the spiritual world simultaneously going on. He's in the age of 6 months, he's in the age of 1 year, he's in the age of 14. All his ages and all his pastimes, all his forms are eternal. So Krishna is eternally 6 months old. He's eternally 1 day old. So how many forms of Krishna is that? Every single second Krishna is a new form. All those forms are eternally existing. How can you count how many forms that is? How many seconds are there in a day? How many seconds in a day? Calculate. 60 times 60 times 24. No? No. Sounds easy.
5 million. 5 million.
No.
86,400.
36,400 seconds a day. How many of those seconds are you Krishna conscious? Minus 36,000. That's an honest answer. So every second Krishna has a new form, a new Leela, and all eternal. So that's how many forms Krishna has? 36,000 times 36,000 times 36,000. Unlimited forms. That's why Brahma says Ananta Rupam. Adhyam Purana Purusham Navan, he says, whatever is Brahma Samhita, Ananta Rupam.
Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Anantam.
Yeah, Advaitam Achyutam Ananta Rupam. Adyam Purana Purusham Navyam Vedeshu Durlabam Aptam Bhakta Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Vachami. Brahma Samhita verse, Brahma is saying he has unlimited forms. Why he said that? Because he stole the coward boys, and Krishna has thousands of coward boyfriends, and Lord Brahma stole them all and locked them up in a cave. And then he came back a second later, and he saw that thousands of coward boys were still there playing with Krishna. Thousands and thousands of them. And they're all behind each of those coward boys, there was a four-armed form of Vishnu. Paramatma was standing behind each one. So Krishna expanded as the individual two coward boys, and he showed that each one is part and parcel of Paramatma or whatever. So when Brahma saw that, he said, Krishna has unlimited forms. First he saw one baby with yogurt and rice in his hand, one 5-year-old kid, 4-year-old kid. And the next one he saw thousands of coward boys, and they're all expansion of Krishna. And Brahma saw that they're all Krishna's forms. So that's why later when he spoke Brahma Samhita, he said, Anatarupam. Because Brahma saw he has unlimited forms. So if you see somebody has unlimited forms, then you can be convinced he has unlimited forms. So you're asking how many forms Krishna has? He has unlimited forms. If everybody in this room right now becomes Supreme Bhakti, everyone will see their own form of Krishna. If I just had some magic stick, this is my magic, give me this stick. My magic stick. I touch my magic stick to everybody's head and you get praying. As soon as you get praying, then you'll see Krishna according to how you want to see him. Some people see him with a mukut, some people see him with a turban, some people see him with just hair hanging out like a hippie. A peacock feather in his hair, behind his ear. So everyone will see the individual form that they meditate on. So there's 10, 12 people here, they'll see 12 Krishnas here right now. Krishna is also Vishnu. Vishnu is an expansion of Krishna. And Vishnu is in every atom. How many atoms are there in this room, right? Atoms of oxygen. Quite a few million. And that means there's millions of forms of Vishnu floating in front of us right now. Wow, do you see it? Yeah, I see it. Are you there? I'm there. I'm there. Are you there? Wow. I'm tripping. Psychedelic. So, that's a nice question. The main thing is to see one Krishna. Don't worry about unlimited forms. Have darshan on one Krishna. Shri Vangalalitam Niyata Prakasham. Shri Vangalalitam Shamasundar, threefold bending form. You should desire to see that one form of Krishna. The Shastras tell us that also. The Vaishnavas should desire to see one form of Krishna, the form of Krishna that they love and meditate on. So don't worry about Natharupa. Worry about seeing one form of Krishna. That'll cover it. If you meet one Bill Gates, all your bills are paid. If you meet one Bill Gates, all your bills are paid. Yeah, he'd give you $1 billion, pay all your bills, and buy some more stuff also. So you see one Krishna, everything's covered. There's no more tension anymore. No tension. Okay, right. Somebody last week asked a question about a verse from Caitanya Charitamrita, Ayurveda chapter 1, verse 5. It describes Lord Krishna appearing as Lord Caitanya. Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikritir, Ladni Shaktir Asmad, Ekatmana Vapi Bhuvi Pura Deha Bedam Gato To, Caitanya Kyam Prakatam Adana Tadrayam Chaikyam Aptam, Radha Bhava Duti Suvalitam, Nomi Krishna Srubam. Translation. Radha is a transcendental manifestation of the most condensed form of love for Krishna. Radha is the personification of Ladni Shakti, Krishna's pleasure-giving love, bliss potency. Although Radha and Krishna are one identity, they separate themselves eternally. Now Radha and Krishna are again united in the form of Lord Caitanya. I bow down to Lord Caitanya, who has manifested himself with the bhav and complexion, golden color of Radharani, although he's Krishna himself. Nomi Krishna Srupam. So he's Radha Krishna Duti Suvalitam. Duty means like Deepam, means the light, the effulgence, the color, the golden color of Radha's bhav. So somebody asked me a question last week, the person's not here now. Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikritir. Vikriti means transformation. He said, is this word pranaya in the verse, does it refer to higher stages of of prema. Does it refer to higher stage of prema? Or does it just mean love? So I asked my teacher about these questions. I didn't have the answer last week. He said it just simply means Radha Krishna's love. The Lord Caitanya is the transformation of Radha Krishna's love. Specifically, Krishna's embodying Radharani's Mahabhav. But so pranaya, even if you were, because in prema there's different levels of intensity. The anurag gets very intense and has different names. It goes by sneha, man, pranaya, rag, anurag, bhav, mahabhav. So he asked me, does pranaya in this verse mean the stage of pranaya and prema, or does it simply mean prema? So my teacher said it simply means prema. Radha Krishna's transformation of Radha Krishna's love is what Krishna wants to understand, and that's why he came as Lord Chaitanya. Oh, I didn't turn it on. Isaki, you have to send me that audio, that one. I didn't record it. I didn't turn it on. Here you go. Any questions? Are these the devotees that gave me? Thank you. Very nice, very warm and comfortable. Very nice. I do yoga. I wear them. I do yoga also. Very, very nice, comfortable, stretchy type. Thank you. It's very kind of you. Because they say that seva is judged by necessity. The quality and value of seva is judged by necessity. I'll give you an example. If it's a hot summer day and I'm dying of thirst, I really am thirsty, I want to drink some water, but I can't find any water, you come and bring me some cold water. That's a very necessary service. So your service will be greatly appreciated and greatly valued because you gave me water when I was very thirsty condition. So you relieved me of the pain of thirst. So giving thermal clothes in the freezing cold weather is really a necessary seva. So you brought warmth where it's cold. So I very much appreciate that warmth. May Krishna bless you. So questions? Everybody's brains are too cold to work. Like computers, when they get too hot, they don't work. They have air-conditioned offices for computers. So it's too cold, our computer doesn't work. Brain's not functioning. His brain's just saying two things. Blankets, where's the blankets, where's the hot tea, or hot milk, or whatever. That's all our brain is thinking, these two things. Where's the heat? Yes?
Krishna Maharaj, could you explain what does Satsang mean?
The question is asked, what does it mean, sadhusanga? Is that what you said?
Yes, Satsang.
Sadhusanga. Sa-anga. Sadhu means a saintly person. If it's a female, it's called sadvi. Sadvi and sadhu. Sadvi and sadhu. Sadhu is male and sadvi is a female. So generally it's often used for both genders, sadhu. Sadhu sangha, but it means, anga means body. The sa means with. Sa and anga become sangha. So it means mixing your body with the saintly person. Now what kind of bodies do we have? We have many kinds of bodies. We have a physical body, we have a mental body, and we have Atma body, spiritual body. A spiritual body, a mental body, and a physical body. So the fullest meaning of sadhusanga is to mix all three with the Guru. Is that clear? So mixing, what does it mean mixing? Mixing means that you accept, first of all, for sadhusanga, sadhusanga means the receiving of spiritual nourishment which increases your attachment to Krishna. Receiving spiritual wisdom, knowledge, and bhav which increase your attachment to Krishna. Because the sadhus are embodiments of wisdom, bhav, and mercy and compassion. So these qualities should come into the devotee when he's having sadhusanga. He or she should receive bhav, he should receive mercy, compassion, and wisdom from the saintly person. And that, when you receive those qualities of wisdom, bhav, and mercy and compassion from the saintly person, it increases your faith in Krishna and increases your attachment to Krishna. This is why we seek out sadhusanga, to increase our faith and our attachment to Krishna. Because our faith is very weak. And our attachments to Maya are very strong. We don't have much attachment to Krishna. But the sadhu is attached to Krishna. That's why he's defined as a sadhu. He's attached to Krishna. So when you associate with a sadhu or a sadhu, their attachment becomes your attachment. Their bhav becomes your bhav. Their compassion becomes your compassion. And their mercy and their love becomes your love. This is the purpose of sadhusanga. That's why the word is used in Bhakti-rasa Sindhu when Rupa Goswami defines how do we look for saintly association. He says, the verses there in Bhakti-rasa Sindhu, Sajati snigda asu satovare. It's a bunch of Sanskrit words. Sajati means he should have the same family, he should be the same family I'm in. This is ideal. If I'm a Gaudiya Vaishnava, I should associate with Gaudiya Vaishnavas or Gaudiya Vaishnavis. This is the most favorable for my spiritual practice, my sadhana bhakti. And that sajati, that's one meaning of sajati. And then snigda, this is the word, snigda. Snigda means affection. Snigda comes from the word sneha. Sneha means affection. The sadhu I associate with should be affectionate towards me. Should have affection. Affection means care for me, have affection for me, have love for me, and express it by his actions, by his vibration, and by his speech and his dealings. I can perceive that the person has affection for me. Because, so it's sajatiya, snigda, asha. Asha means he has the same aspiration and the same aspiration and same hope that I have. What I hope to attain in my life, this sadhu hopes to attain the same thing, or maybe he has already attained it even. Asha means my cherished desire, my hope against hope, what I want to be. In other words, if I want to be a Gopika Radharani, I want to associate with Gopika Radharani. Gopika Radharani in Sadhaka Rup and Siddha Rup. Gopika Radharani in Sadhaka Rup are Guru and Shiksha Gurus, and Gopikas in Siddha Rup are Rupa Manjari and Tulsi Manjari, Rati Manjari, Raghunath Das Goswami. Manjari form. So this is the Asha aspect. And Satovare means to have good behavior. Satovare means their behavior, they have good behavior. They walk their talk. They're not speaking, you should be humble, you should be prideless, and they're not humble, and they're full of pride. They're not saying you should live simple life, and they themselves live a luxurious life. And they say you should live an austere life, and you see they have heaters in every room, and 5 geezers in the bathroom. Yeah. And you should control your senses. And you see the sadhus eating all the time. Check a checkbook. He always has 5 kilos of sweets under his sharp eye, you know. It's a standard thing. There's 2 things that are standard in Indian sadhus. Their asanas, a bed. Their pillow is the bank. And there's 5 kilos of sweets under his bed. This is a bona fide Indian sadhu. From Rishikesh to Cape Comorin and Dwarka to Puri. I've been all these places. I've been from Badrinath to Cape Comorin, Dwarka to Puri, everything in between in India. I visited many sadhus, Advaitin sadhus and Vaishnava sadhus, and always this is the usual routine. The money's under the pillow. It's a nice thing. Sleep on your money. Dream of your money. And under the bed, sweets. Every time he gives out to some people also. You give 1 or 2 here and there. Have a key over me and the rest okay. So this is not exactly the ideal behavior of the sadhu. But it goes on. Some may not have the sweets on the bed, but all have the pillow as the bank. I've seen it so many times. First time I saw it, I said, that's an interesting bank. My own guru is the same bank. Somebody comes from money, you go, how much you want? 100 rupees. No, it costs 50. Here's 50. Brahmachari is always on the scam, you know. Brahmachari, because it's a Gurudev need this, how much it costs? 100 rupees. That costs 50 rupees. Gurudev is too smart. So this is Sadhu Sangha. The keynote is that we're devotees. Devotee means bhakti. And bhakti means worshippers of the sweetness of love. Worshippers of the sweetness of love. Lila Madhurya Shri Krishna, Vema Madhurya Shri Krishna, Prema Madhurya Shri Krishna, Rupa Madhurya Shri Krishna. Madhurya means sweetness. Madhurya Ras, Madhurya Lila, Madhurya Vrindavan, Madhurya Purushottam Shri Krishna, Bhagavan Ki. So we worship the sweetness of love personified, Bhagavan Shri Krishna. And its energy of love is Radharani. She's Mahabhav, Mahabhav Srupini. Krishna's Rasaraj, he's the personification of love, Rasa Vaisaha. Radharani is the energy of love. Energy of love is bliss. Love produces bliss. Krishna is love, but he can't produce bliss without Radharani. Krishna is prem, he's love. But love without bliss is not love. So the bliss is produced by Lineage, the bliss potency, Lineage Shakti, Srimati Radharani. Rasaraj Shri Krishna and Mahabhav Radharani. Mahabhav Srupini Radharani. Inseparable. They both need each other. Love needs bliss and bliss needs love. Yeah? Love needs bliss and bliss needs love. So sadhu should have some of this going on. Otherwise, you better keep shopping. Haven't found the right size yet. Cloth is nice, but it's too small. It feels nice, but it doesn't fit. So this is the criterion that Rupa Goswami suggests when choosing sadhusanga. Sajatya snigdha asha satovare. Each word has volumes of meaning. I just gave a brief explanation. This is what it means, sadhu. And when you associate with such a sadhu, it will increase your faith in Krishna, your wisdom and knowledge of Krishna, and increase your attachment to Krishna. If the sadhu has these qualities, sajatya, snigdha, asha, satovare, and you associate in a humble mood of receiving, in a mood of pridelessness, Srinata Pisanichina, Tori Vasishina, then you can receive something from the sadhu. Is that okay? She's got an Italian program going on. Speaking English, translating Russian, and dictating in Italian. Interesting program. Good, nice. Good. I like it. What else?
How to understand where is the balance between unnecessary things and things which we need? Where is this balance? How to understand when we use a lot of things, it's 5 liters or 10 liters.
The question is a good question. How do we strike a balance between having the things we need and pratyahara? Pratyahara means over-collecting. In Nectar of Instruction, it's called Upadeshamrita, a book by Rupa Goswami. He says this is a cause of lack of steadiness. One cannot cross an artha-nivritti, become nishta in bhakti, unless he's free from this anartha of pratyahara. Excuse me, excuse me. Atyara means collecting useless, unnecessary, useless things. So this means a lack of surrender, because surrender itself, sharanagati, is defined by 6 symptoms in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Anukulyasya sankalpa pratikulyasya varjam. Rupa Goswami says the symptoms that one surrender to Krishna is he accepts only what he needs or what she needs to help him remember Krishna. So the balance is you should have whatever you need to keep your mind peaceful. It's all different. One man's food is another man's poison. So the way one person lives, maybe not the way you live. Everyone has a different standard of life and different needs and necessities. There's not one rule of thumb for everyone. But it's individual, you have to decide how to strike the balance. But you're out of balance, you have too many things if your mind is absorbed in your things and not in Krishna. If you don't have time because you're worried about your car, you have 5 cars, you worry about your cars and your houses and your clothes and your investments, and it doesn't leave you any time to do bhakti bhajan, you're not doing too good. You're way out of balance. You're way out of balance. So it's not like 50-50, it varies from individual. But the way to understand is, do I have time to spend with Krishna every day? Can I spend 2 or 3 hours, at least 2 or 3 hours a day? This is if you're initiated. Are you initiated? Taking Diksha.
Jai Patak Maharaj. No Diksha, Harinam.
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 That's right. Okay, so Harinam. So you have a guru and you have a spiritual name and everything. So you're officially a devotee accepted by guru under shelter of guru. So that means every day you should spend some time serving Krishna, engaging in sadhana bhakti. So some people, I know people are very good devotees, but they only have a couple hours a day to spend worshiping Krishna. They have to take care of their family, have to take care of their house, and they have to go to work. They have a lot of things they have to do. So those are needs that have to be done. And they have their standard of life. I have other friends in Delhi that have five-floor house. 5-floor house and 5 cars. They have a lot of money, but they're also good devotees. And they have a different standard. So it's not one standard. The guy with a big house and 5 cars may go back to Godhead faster than a Vairagi sadhu. Because external possessions don't indicate internal. External possessions don't indicate the degree of possessive feelings of Krishna in one's heart. It's a little play on words. External possessions, objects, don't indicate the degree of possessiveness that one's heart feels towards Krishna. Possessive means mamata bhav. Mamata bhav, the feeling of mamata, that Krishna's mind, is a symptom of bhava bhakti. It's a very advanced devotee. He or she feels and thinks and realizes that Krishna's mind. We can say that as a neophyte, but mamata bhav is something different. We have our deity and all that. That's good. Have some form of mamata is good. I my Giraj. I my Giraj. I my Krishna. Have you seen my Krishna? I don't want to see your Krishna. I my Krishna. Hey. And everybody has my Krishna, my Giraj. So you should want to see my Giraj. Why should I? My Giraj gives me everything. I get everything from him. Oh, you get lost. And they have big fish fighter. It's okay, buy diamond earrings and bracelets, it's okay. As long as your husband pays for them. Don't be a yogi, you're not a sannyasi, you're a married woman. Externals don't have anything to do with bhakti. Translate. Externals don't have anything to do with bhakti. Where's your mind and where's your heart? That's the main thing. There's a story in this connection. You know the story of the Brahmin and the prostitute? The Brahmin and the prostitute. You know that story? Yeah. Prostitute means Vaishya. Vaishya? Vai or Vai? Vai.
Vaishya.
V-A-I. Vaishya. Not like Vaishya, but businessman. Don't get confused. Of course, Vaishya is also Vaishya. Or whatever. Don't get carried away now. Anyway, the story is a Brahmin and a prostitute. They lived side by side. The prostitute had a huge, beautiful house, and Brahmin had a little house. So every night the prostitute was doing her work. Many men were coming to visit her throughout the night, every hour or so. And the Brahmin, he was his wife died and his kids were married. He lived by himself. He was always looking out the window. Oh, another man's going in that house. And then an hour later, another man. What's that lady doing? That lady's despicable. That lady's very bad. Then he would do his puja all day and read Mahabharata and Bhagavad Gita, all the things Brahmins do, and Bhagavatam. But at night when the lady was working, he was always saying, why is she is a despicable, horrible lady, and engaged all those horrible things. So that's how he was passing his night. And before he would take rest, he would think like, this lady I should move away from this neighborhood, this lady's not good. And the lady, the prostitute, at the end of the night, after she finished her work, she had a Murti of Krishna in her house. She was a Vaishnavi. And she would pray for 1 hour. She would kneel down in front of her Murti of Krishna and, hey Bhagavan, please forgive me for all my sinful activities. But somehow my mother did this profession and my grandmother, and I'm born in this family, and so this is my profession. So please forgive me for all these sinful activities I'm engaging in. And all these husbands of married people are coming to me, engaging in all this wrong thing. I'm making money by this way. Please forgive me. Please save my soul. Please forgive me. So now, many years went by, the same routine was going on. Every night the Brahmin was saying, what's she doing in there with this guy, that guy, this, that? She's a bad lady. And the prostitute was praying for forgiveness and mercy of Bhagavan. So now the old Brahmin died, he was dying. And when he was dying, the Yamadutas came. The Yamadutas came to get him. And he said, hey, well, you got the wrong house, go next door. Let me see your paper, what is it? My address is 500 Main Street. Your address is 501. Let me see your paper. No, it says 500. Your name is Mr. Mishra, right? You're a Brahmin, right? Yeah, my name is Sunil Mishra. Yeah, that's what we got on our party. You're coming with us. You know, I'm a good Brahmin. I did so many pujas, so many astakams, so many Vishwasasranam, and so many verses and Gita, Bhagavata. You can't take me. No, your mind is corrupt. Your mind is dark and full. You took all the sins of that prostitute in your heart. What about her? What's happening to her? We're the Yamadutas. We're taking you to hell. But at the same time, in 10 years from now, when she dies, the Vishnudutas are coming to take her to Vaikuntha. What? Hare, kya bolte? What do you say? The Vishnudutas are coming, take her to Vaikuntha. He said, how's it possible? She's a sinner, she's a papi. I said, no, she's been redeemed because every night she has repentance. She has repentance, she prays to Vishnu to forgive her. So Vishnu is going to deliver her to Vaikuntha. So this shows externally it doesn't matter so much. It matters what is your internal heart, what is your heart and your mind and your consciousness. You can have all kinds of opulence and clothes and jewelry and cars, and you can have a Ferrari car, everything, but you should have bhakti for Krishna in your heart. That's the main thing. That's the only thing that counts. Everything else, people will be envious, you have a lot of things, that's their problem, not yours. Don't worry about other people's envy. Just worry, am I pleasing my Guru? Am I Krishna conscious? Then you're covered. You're successful. Every day you should have at least 2-3 hours where you can chant and read, study Shastra, hear Hari Katha. If that's not there, there's something wrong. You're spending too much time making money, spending too much time sleeping, spending too much time shopping, whatever. Make money, make a lot of money, whatever you want to do, that's you have a style of life, that's okay. Yudhisthira was a millionaire. He lived in a gold palace, he ate on gold plates. After he ate, he threw the plate out. The Pandavas are very wealthy. They're millionaires. And they ruled the kingdom of Indraprastha near Meerut in Delhi. When Krishna left the planet, they all went to Himalayas. And Draupadi went with them. The 5 Pandavas all went to Himalayas. And left all the jewelry, everything behind. They just walked out. It didn't mean anything. They only kept all that stuff because they showed the example. You can be a devotee of Krishna and be a multimillionaire also. That's the example of the 5 Pandavas. They didn't wear loincloths and deerskin, you know. They wore silks and gold and jewelry and gems. They were Vaishnava kings. That was part of the fan.
Some gold in here.
Some gold, like.
This guy is cool. Okay. Okay. Yeah, he was in on the nose. It was you and I was the other guy, Aditya. Aditya was fatty, he was sleeping, and he was hitting, sucking in the nose. She was sitting there, he was like, she was going, and she's so tolerant, she was just like, she was leaning like this, you know. He was going, boom, boom. I said, wake up, hello. Questions? That's what you feel here. Yeah, good cars.
Maharaj, my question is, according to our Indian culture, means Sanatan Dharma, we are told to not do particular things on particular day. Like if someone's death has happened in our house, so we are told that we should not even lighten our diya in our altar, not even allowed to enter the temple for 1 month. So Maharaj, being a Gaudiya Vaisnava, should we follow these traditions and all?
Question is about, in Sanatana Dharma, there are different rituals and traditions and pujas and fastings and worship that we do at different times of the year for different purposes. And they're all related to different samskaras. All these rituals and rites and rituals are to elevate the consciousness and to purify the consciousness from matter to spirit. They're all ultimately transcendental. They're all connected to Vishnu. They're all connected to the worship of Vishnu. So one should not abandon his duties. These are rites and rituals should be done following your traditions that you're born into. Especially you're a Brahmin, I believe, so Brahmins have many rituals and rites of purification to keep them in Sattva Gun. Brahmins have to stay in Sattva Gun in order to understand Veda, in order to instruct and guide other people on the purpose of life and the understanding of Shastra, and doing proper pujas and yajnas. So you should do all those things as a Gaudiya Vaishnava. But if the family have a Kula Deva to have a murti, and they're not supposed to light a ghee lamp because somebody died in the family for 1 month, and this and that. So don't do it. But if you can do a manasi, you can do seva in your mind. If it is your habit or your custom to offer arti every day to Krishna, you do it in your mind, but don't do it externally. Because that verse is there in the Gita, 3:21, I think, says, Buddhi na Veda.
न बुद्धिभेदं जनयेत् कर्मसंग जोषयेत् सर्वकर्माणि.
Nabhuti Nabeda. It says Nabhuti Nabeda. Buddhi means intelligence, Bade means make a division, make a disturbance. Bade means duality, make a problem. So it's basically it's translated. The verse is translated. What's the first line?
I do all duties.
No, it's Sanskrit. Oh, too fun, our brain tank here. Navudi Naveda. $321, look at
326.
326. What do you say?
न बुद्धिभेदं जनयेत् अज्ञानां कर्मसंगिनां जोषयेत् सर्वकर्माणि विद्वान् युक्तः समाचरन्.
Let me see. Nice pronunciation. Paka. 3, Bhagavad Gita chapter 3 verse 26. Nabhuti Bedam Janayet Agyanam Karma Sanginam Joshayet Sarakarmani Vidvan Yukta Samachara. Translation. A wise person, a Vidvan, should not disturb the intelligence of ignorant people who are attached to fruit of actions by inducing them to stop work. Rather, by performing their duties in an enlightened manner, one should inspire the ignorant to also do their prescribed duties. So your parents are doing their duties and rituals, so you should not disturb them. The verse means you don't disturb. Prabhupada translates this verse that you should not preach in such a way to disturb the minds of the ignorant. So if someone's attached to a certain way of life, you shouldn't preach to disturb them. That's an offense. But Krishna's telling in third chapter Gita, verse 26. Buddhi Nabhe, you shouldn't create duality in your parents' mind. Say, Gaudiya Vaisnavas we should worship. This is pure bhakti. Pure bhakti is beyond rules, regulations, and all these things, and that's a fact, all these rituals. But you shouldn't do that. When in Rome, do as the Romans. You're not the controlling member of the family. You're just a son. It's not your family. You're born into that family. So these rules and rituals are going on before you were even born. They're done by your father, your grandfather, your great-grandfather. So you keep doing them. If you're under their shelter, when you're in my house, you play it my way. They have a phrase, my way or the highway. You follow my way or hit the highway, you start hitchhiking. Hitchhike down to Petrograd or whatever. Get out of Moscow. My way or the highway. So you don't have your own way, you're in their way. So don't rock the boat. Whatever you do, whatever you want to do externally, do internally, mentally. Boss. The devotee doesn't make ways. He distributes ways of love. That's better. Don't make waves. Don't make two tsunamis. Don't make tsunami.
Tsunami.
Tsunami. Yeah, tsunami. 71 came and asked me once. I'll tell this joke again, because I don't follow the news, And so somebody came and said, Maharaj, what do you think of tsunami? I think it's very good. Well, what do you mean? You're a demon. What, you say it's very good? Yeah, what do you mean? You said tsunami. Tsunami's very good. Tsunami means, Su means good, and Na means the holy name of Krishna. The word Su means good in Sanskrit, and Nami means the name of Krishna. So you ask me, what do you think of tsunami? I think it's very good. And people say, you're a demon, you're a wretched person, you don't care for the suffering of others. I said, what are you so tight about? Don't you know tsunami? That's a hurricane, a tornado, a tufan. 1,000 people dead, the ocean went crazy. I said, I didn't know anything about it. I just saw Radha Kunda. Radha Kunda didn't go crazy. Tsunami. Tsunami's a good thing. So watch out. Gotta stay in tune with the news. I don't think so, but anyway. I get on my email, they send me junk mail. Spam, they call it spam. And I had to spend time deleting it all the time. I can just collect it or whatever, but it says, because it says one junk received. There's all kinds of nonsense, stupid stuff. And it's just like Maya. Maya's always tempting. You know, it's a 6-year-old boy shoots teacher. I said, that's interesting. Why did I think of that? Why did I think of that when I was in kindergarten? I would save myself a lot of trouble. And from America, naturally. Where else? Where else all crazy news comes? 6-year-old kid shoots his school teacher. I said, pretty good shot. So I deleted it. I didn't look at it. But I said, this is the kind of stuff that comes in the junk, you know.
Tsunami of junks.
It's just Maya to distract us from Krishna. 6-year-old kid shoots teacher. I like it. Unbelievable. School teachers have to wear bulletproof vests. You know? Questions? Yeah. Nancy, whatever.
Maharaj, I want to ask how to attain the mood of service in chanting.
Mood
How
of
to
service in
attain the
chanting.
mode of service in chanting.
How to attain a mode of service in chanting. What is chanting? Chanting is service. Service means sadhana. Sadhana means abhyas, practices, daily practices to please Krishna. So the mood of service is the mood of service is we're serving to serve. We're chanting Krishna's name because he likes it. Krishna. Why are we doing any form of service? Hearing, chanting, remembering, reading, studying, puja, cooking, cleaning, raising children, taking care of a family, working, sleeping, bathing, everything is service. And it's all done for the pleasure of Krishna. The bottom line is Haritoshan, pleasing Krishna. So the mood is, will Krishna, make Krishna be pleased by chanting. May I chant with great attention, with great feeling, and great love, so you'll be happy with my chanting. Let me chant the holy name, your name, let me chant your name with some drops of love like Radharani chants your name. How does Radharani chant your name? Let me chant your name like Radharani chants your name. At least let me have one drop of the love that Radharani has when she chants your name. So the mood of service when chanting is chanting itself as a seva, and the mood should be, let me chant to please Krishna. Every service we do, what's the mood of any service? The mood of any service we're doing is to please Krishna. Sometimes people think, sometimes devotees wrongly say, I'm doing this to get purified. They're already purified. You took a bath this morning, you're pure. Okay, good night. What is it? Purification. Even before you're initiated, you're chanting Hare Krishna, you're chanting Hare Krishna mantra, you haven't even taken Diksha, you haven't received Gopal mantra, Gayatri, and you're just chanting Hare Krishna, all your sins are being destroyed automatically. Even before you meet the Guru, your sins are gone practically. Chanting is Krishna's name. If you're avoiding the 10 offenses, your sins are all gone before you meet Guru. But generally, Gurus, they start by giving you Harinam, giving you shelter of Harinam, and later they give you Diksha, proper Diksha. Because receiving Harinam alone is not Diksha. Diksha is defined as receiving a mantra, not the mantra is called Maha mantra, but it's actually Nam, it's Krishna Nam. So Bhakti Sandarbha 283 Bhakti Sandarbha by Jiva Goswami, and other shastras also describe what is Diksha. And Rupa Goswami describes in Bhakti Rasmini Diksha Adi Shikshanam. First you get Diksha, then you get Shiksha. This is the beginning of Bhakti. Diksha is defined as receiving a mantra, as receiving a mantra like Gopal mantra or Gayatri, and destruction of sins, and receiving special wisdom from the Guru. This is the meaning of Diksha. Harinam is the shelter of Guru. You have connection with Guru and shelter of Guru, but at the earliest you should try to get Diksha. So when any service we're doing to please Krishna. Purification is Krishna's work. That's why I'm saying, what's the purified? Because you're chanting Hare Krishna before you're initiated, all your sins are gone practically. So when you get initiated, the sins that you can't eliminate by chanting Hare Krishna alone are eliminated by Diksha. The anarthas, the unwanted things in your heart, that on your own, you're chanting Hare Krishna on your own, you're not able to eliminate or remove on your own, are removed by the process of Diksha and the mercy you receive from Guru. Because one of the offenses to the holy name is Guru Avagya. It's an offense to the holy name. So you have to take Diksha because Guru Avagya is an offense. To disregard Guru or the Guru principle, which means not to take Diksha or to think I don't need Diksha, that's an offense to the holy name. So if you only have Harinam, you think I don't need Diksha of Harinam, that's an offense to the holy name. It's called Guru Avagya. It's the third offense. Third offense to the holy name. Because every avatar comes here, takes Diksha from a Guru, takes Diksha mantra from a Guru, and Krishna and every avatar, Ram, Krishna, Caitanya, they preach that we should take Diksha, receive mantra, Diksha, and they did themselves. But Caitanya received Diksha, received 10 syllable Gopal mantra from Ishvara Puri. Krishna received mantra from Sandipani Muni. Ram received Diksha mantra from Vashishta Muni. So Diksha is required. Krishna preaches in Gita. Gita is a Pratishthan Traya. Pratishthan Traya, the three most important forms of the Vedic Praman, or Vedic evidence of truth, are three shastras. Vedanta Sutra, Upanishads, and Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita, Vedanta Sutra, and Upanishads. These are the three Mukhya Shastras, main Shastras. It's called Pratishthan Traya. Pratishtha means to establish the foundation of absolute truth is found in these three books. Vedanta Sutra, which is also called Brahma Sutra, Bhagavad Gita, and Upanishads, like Gopal Tapani Upanishad, Bandaka Upanishad, Shvetasvara Upanishad, Katha Upanishad. There are 6 Upanishads in Sattvagun, 6 in Rajagun, and 6 in Tamagun. What was the question? I forgot. What was the question?
Chanting.
Yeah, chanting. So it's all service. Service is to please Krishna. And purification, that's his business. What's that verse? Srimatan Swagata Krishna. Okay, let's look it up. Is that second canto or first canto?
2117, second.
Oh, you don't know. Why don't you know? Let's go. Srimatan Swagata Krishna. Punya Shravana Kirtana. Vedanta Staya Bhajani Virnati Sirsitam. Let's look it up here. Pages are so thin. A lot of verses here. 1,000 verses. There it is. It's mentioned twice in the book. Hey Krishna Govinda Hare Murari Nata Narayana Vasudeva. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari Hey Nata Narayana Vasudeva. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari Hey Nata Narayana Vasudeva. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari Hey Nata Narayana Vasudeva. Shri Krishna Bhagavan Ki Radharani Ki Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe. There it is. First canto, second chapter. If you look on your email from long ago, you'll see I send you many books to read and many things to read. One is the first canto, second chapter, verses and tikas. What's that? First canto, second chapter, 7th verse, 17th verse. First canto, chapter 2 is the most important chapter of Bhagavatam for the topic of philosophy. First canto, chapter 2, verse 17. It's quoted in Hari Bhakti Vilas and Caitanya Bhagavat. Srinvatam Swakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Vidyantaksto Yabhajani Vidanoti Sritatam. Krishna is situated in the heart of every living entity. He cleanses the heart of anyone. He cleanses desire from inauspicious material desires from the heart of any devotee who hears about Krishna. So that's why I said purification is Krishna's business. My business is to chant Hare Krishna and study Bhagavatam and do work and follow Navavidya Bhakti. Krishna's business is purification. So I'm not chanting to get purified, I'm chanting to please Krishna. And any service I'm doing, first canto, chapter 2, verse 17. Right? Very important verse. Prabhupada quotes it all the time in his lectures. Krishna is in the heart, cleansing our heart. I'm sleeping and Krishna's cleaning my heart. Just like you turn on your computer, go to sleep, clean your hard drive. Clean your hard drive, you go to sleep, turn it off tomorrow morning. So I'm sleeping. That's seva. Some people do more seva than others. Some of the disciples have really got city in that seva. We get city in chanting, city in smarting, and city in, snoring. Some people are city in smarting. Some people are city in snoring. It doesn't work in Russian, but in English it works. Jai Radhe Shah. Love means to please your beloved. So you want to love Krishna means you want to please Krishna. Simple. The main point about seva to Krishna, it should be done with love and not be lazy. Should be laziness. Kali Yuga people are lazy. Like you're cooking for Krishna. So cooking, you can't be lazy, you have to be very energetic. You have to clean everything. Everything should be very clean, washed, and properly done, and very attentive. But it takes time to clean, so we're lazy, we don't want to clean. It's going to boil, so I don't have to clean it. We cut corners, that's cheating. We cut corners when we're cooking, we should take our time and do it correctly. You wash all the subject, you think, I'm going to boil the subject, so I don't have to wash it. The boiling water in the pan will purify it. That's the consciousness of a lazy person. You ever watched Prabhupada cook? Prabhupada cooked in LA and devotees were there with him, and they told me I watched him. So I joined LA in 75, Prabhupada was still on the planet. And they're all devotees. They told me Prabhupada washed everything, whole kitchen's washed first, all the pots are washed first, the person's bathed, then all the subject, everything's washed, all the dry fruits are washed. Make a sweet, just cut up the cashews and just wash the cashew first. It's all full of camel hair and all kinds of rat poop and everything. Cleanliness is next to godliness. In the kitchen they have a rule of thumb, wash everything but the flour. You don't wash the wheat flour. In other words, you wash the subject, you wash the dry fruit, you wash everything should be washed and clean first. That's what it means when Yome Bhakti Prachti. Krishna says, I accept Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yome Bhakti Prachti. Bhaktyam Bhakti Ashnami Paritatma. Ashnami means I eat. The word Ashnami means I eat. I'll eat it if you have 2 times Bhakti. Twice Bhakti is mentioned. You offer it with love. You offer it with love and care and proper rules, and you prepare it with proper love. 2 times Bhakti is in that verse. You should not be lazy in Krishna's service. This is why you said, when I say, oh, that doesn't mean I'm not lazy. I'm very passionate. Passionate doesn't mean not lazy. You can be a very passionate person and also be lazy. It means you're cutting corners, you're lazy about the way you're, lackadaisical, lazy about the way you're doing your passionate work. Slow down, take your time, do quality work. Imagine I'm in Radharani's kitchen. I'm cooking with Radharani. How will Radharani cook? How will Radharani cook for Krishna? How will she prepare a subject? How will she prepare food? Oh, this subject's going to boil its toilet. Ding, ding, ding. If the shoe fits, wear it. So this is some idea about how to serve, how to chant Hare Krishna. Kind of roundabout way here and there. Questions? Questions? Radhe, 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 Sham. Too cold. You don't want to take your hands out of your pockets and raise your hand. Go like this. Raise your chutter. Okay. Questions? Yeah.
Why there are so many Kund and Sarovars in this whole 84 coast Brajmandal. Means I've seen that Krishna is doing Ras Leela in Radha Kunda also, and he is doing in Midhivan also. So why this same thing different places? And I'm not
Listen, you go one disco and Friedabad and dance. You go one disco and Calcutta and also dance. And so, you know, you like to dance, so you dance in different discos. You don't go to the same disco every time. So Krishna likes to dance. You know, it's spontaneous. You're asking two questions. One, why did Krishna dance here and why are there so many kunds? First, why are there so many kunds? Because, you know, when you're dancing, you get hot, you want to refresh yourself. So if there's a dance place, there's a bathing place also. So Krishna always dances on the side of a river or the side of a lake. And after dancing, jump in. So they go together. Dancing and lakes go together. Basically, it's like this. In Nandagram alone, during Nanda Baba's time, there were 56 kunds, Chaban Kund. 56 different kunds. And they all had different names, and they're all described in Adi Vraha Puran. The names of the kunds are there in ancient Puranic literature. Ramesh Baba from Mankutir, he discovered the location of some of these. They were underneath chickpea fields. He dug them out, and there were steps there. Because many of these kunds, these 56 kunds, were preserved by Krishna's great-grandson named King Bajranath, who also made Radha Kunda. And then over the last 5,000 years, since they were dug out and excavated with stone steps going down, they were filled in with dirt and chickpeas planted there. Chickpeas, wheat. Farmers need land, and nobody's paying attention to this, so they took them over. So he found out where they were. He bought the property underneath where that field was, and he dug out the kunds, and now those kunds are visible. He's dug out about 10 different kunds in underground that were buried for 5,000 years, 3,000 years. So all these kunds are commemorating different leelas. There's so many kunds in Vrindavan. You can also ask the same question. There's so many villages in Vrindavan. Almost every village is named after a leela. In Bhakti Ratnakar by Narahari Chakravarti, there's a famous book, it's in English, called Bhakti Ratnakar. And in there he describes different villages where different leelas of Krishna go on. And there's 300 villages there. And wherever there's a leela, there's some kund also. The kund has been made to commemorate the leela there, and also was even there during Krishna's time. Like Shama Kund and Radha Kunda were made by Radha and Krishna. We have a small book in a book room called Braj. It's a pink colored book. You can get it if you want. It says Braj, Wonderland of Play. And it describes 100 villages and different leelas that Krishna performed. So the kunds are made to commemorate, to remind everyone of the leela that went on there. And then also they were formed appeared during Krishna's leela. They're part of his eternal Brajadam, and Krishna plays sports there. the boys are sporting during the day, and the cows need water to drink all the time. There's so many kunds because Krishna has 9 lakhs of cows. Krishna himself has 9 lakhs of cows. And Sridham, his friend, Radharani's brother, he has 5 lakhs of cows. So cows need a lot of water. So there's so many lakes and sarovars and ponds in Vrindavan so the cows can drink water. Krishna can play, the boys can play, the gopis can play, and the cows can play and swim and drink water. It's all for seva. On my Facebook there's a picture today. It says everything in Vrindavan is meant for the seva of Radha and Krishna. That's the answer. Everything in Vrindavan, including you. Me? Me? I'm exempt, already. I have an exemption. Here's my card. Everything and everyone in Vrindavan is meant for the pleasure and happiness of Krishna. So ask yourself, are you pleasing Krishna? Are you making Krishna happy? I don't know. Okay, Radha Shyam. Question. Italian questions. Internet. All right.
Maharaj, I have a personal deities at home whom I serve.
Who are they?
Radha Kunda.
Radha Govinda.
Yeah.
Nice.
Maharaj, it's been 7 years I have been serving them, and
Wow.
I don't know any paraphernalia or rules to follow to serve them. But in ISKCON, many people say we should follow some proper rules to avoid seva aparadh. So how should a person who is practicing Rag Bhakta should serve his deities? What should be his consciousness, and what rules should he follow?
Rupa Goswami says in the Bhakti Rasamrita, when he describes Raganuga sadhana, Raganuga sadhana bhakta follows every single rule of Vaidhi sadhana bhakti, except he doesn't use mudras. He doesn't use mudras. He doesn't do nyas. Nyas, you touch your nose, you chant a mantra, touch your ears. Doesn't do nyas, doesn't do Mahishi puja, worship the queens of Dwarka, doesn't meditate on Dwarka Lila, and doesn't follow the principle of Hangropasana, of identifying himself as Krishna or as an eternal associate of Krishna. These are all limbs of Vaidhi Bhakti that can be done, but these are given up in Raganuga sadhana bhakti. So you follow all the rules and regulations. The basic rules that Prabhupada himself gave of deity worship. He gave 3 basic rules: cleanliness, simplicity, and punctuality. Punctuality. If you have a Mangal Arati every day, it should be the same time. Clean, you should take a bath and wear clean clothes before you do puja. First puja in the morning. And simplicity, Prabhupada defined as don't concoct different ways of worship. Oh, you go to the market and you see some ostrich feathers. So they're selling some ostrich feathers. The ostrich is kind of bird in Australia. Well, that'll look nice in Krishna's crown. So you put it. That's not right. That's concoction. Krishna doesn't wear ostrich feathers. He wears peacock feather. There's a reason for that. So you follow the standard. Simplicity means follow the standard way of puja. We'll follow these 3 rules first. There's 2 things that, anyway, rules are okay, but Actually, when you get initiated, the Guru should teach you basic puja if you don't know already. A lot of people find out from friends how to do basic puja, and it's okay what they're doing, it's okay. The Guru may confirm or whatever. Anything you offer to Krishna has to have tulsi leaf on it. If you don't have fresh tulsi, use dry tulsi. If you don't have dry tulsi, use a tulsi stick. Use one dry tulsi stick, a branch from dry tulsi, left apricot tulsi, it's an apricot tulsi, dry branch, and you chant a mantra. Idam tulsi pacham, klim Krishnaya namah. You touch the bog offering, the water, or the bog with a stick, the cup of the bog, you touch the stick. Etat tulsi pacham, klim Krishnaya namah. And then that becomes a tulsi leaf. By chanting that mantra, touching with a stick, it's like putting a tulsi leaf on the offering, if you don't have a tulsi leaf. So that's the main thing. Everything should be clean, punctual, simple, and with tulsi. And pure vegetarian, obviously. You're a Kshatriya?
Yes, Maharaj.
You're my Rocky. Protect me. A few Brahmins and a few Kshatriyas, good. The whole Varnashram Dharma. A handful of Brahmins. Okay, anyone else have a question?
One online question.
She,
To what extent can an acharya change the philosophy in order to make it understandable to modern people?
From Gopinath.
Gopinath Das.
Gopinath asked. Gopinath.
Govinath Das. Jai Govinath Das, Jai Gomata. Yeah, I think I know. I heard of him. I heard of Govinath Das. He's asking, to what extent can an acharya change the type of Siddhanta to make it palatable to the modern stupid people of Kali Yuga? There's different answers to this question. I asked this question to my guru. My guru said, if an acharya changed the philosophy and type of Siddhanta, he's not an acharya. So people may argue with this. People argue, but I'm just presenting. This is one acharya and guru's answer to my question. Because I asked the same questions being asked to me. I asked to my guru, he gave me this answer. The person is not an acharya. The acharya always speaks on the type of Siddhanta. There's no need to change it. It was correct 5,000 years ago for Arjuna. It'll be correct for 5,000 years in the future. Absolute is absolute. It's always true. What the acharya has to do has to be expert in explaining it with proper analogies or proper expertise in speech to be able to convey the absolute truth correctly without changing. Changing the absolute truth to suit the modern appetite and modern foolishness of modern people is not allowed by a proper acharya. This is what my guru's answer. I repeat the same answer. The Guru Acharya, what makes a Guru Acharya? A Guru Acharya's strength, his power comes from the Shastras. Comes from the Tattva Siddhanta. He does not have the right to change the Siddhanta or the Tattva. Siddhanta means the final truths of the Shastra, the final truths of the Sampradaya. So to change those to suit the appetite or the Christian mentality of the Western people is not acceptable to most acharyas in Gaudiya Sampradaya. So Govinath Das Ji, we should follow the acharyas that are representing the Tattva Siddhanta and not follow the modern, because the modern acharyas and gurus, they speak differently than the six Goswamis. So we have to have some standard of authority. There's a very common term in the Bhagavad Gita, as it is, and also in the books by Srila Prabhupada, a very common English term he uses called the standard books of knowledge. Prabhupada always says we must refer to the standard books of knowledge. The standard books of knowledge are Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, and Vedanta Sutra. These are the standard. These are the standard source of absolute knowledge and truth. We have no right or no sanction or no facility to change that truth. The people have to change themselves to understand the truth. We don't change the truth for the understanding of the people. They don't understand the truth. So what do? We tell them to chant Hare Krishna. Because by the mercy of Krishna you can understand transcendence. Bhakti Mama Vijanti Yavanyashasmi Tavata. The truth, the Tavata, is understood by Bhakti, and Bhakti comes from pleasing Krishna and Guru. So when we please Krishna by chanting His holy name, He gives us the intelligence to understand the absolute truth. Tesham Saratayuktalam, Vajasam Priti Purvakam, Dami Buddhi Yogam Tam Yena Magmi Vyanti Te. We don't change the truth, we change the people. Acharya doesn't change the truth, he changes the people so they can understand the truth. So how do we change the people so they can understand the truth? By having the chant Hare Krishna and receiving the mercy of Krishna, who gives them the intelligence so they can understand the absolute truth. They can understand Vedanta Sutra. They can understand Upanishads. They can understand Gita. Changing the Tattva Siddhanta creates so much confusion and unrest in people's minds and in the world today. It's a big problem. Change. Prabhupada used to say, modern people have change disease. The disease of modern people, change disease. They change. I had this husband, I changed the second husband, changed the third husband, changed the fourth husband. Change. I had this guru. You mean if you have 5 different gurus?
Each one has
Change. The only constant is change. That's what they say. So that's Mr. Govinath. Don't too many cooks spoil the khichdi. You shouldn't hear from every Tom, Dick, and Harry. You should hear from bona fide sources. You should hear from devotees that speak the absolute truth as taught by the 6 Goswamis. Modern books and modern acharyas, offer pranams to them, but keep a distance. Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe.
Italian question.
Italian question. You're going to ask me in Italian also?
She say seems that Bhakti Siddhanta took Diksha from Gorkishore Das Babaji, who is in Advaita Parivar. So what is the consequence for the followers of Bhakti Siddhanta? No Parivar or Advaita Parivar? In which Parivar the followers of Bhakti Siddhanta are?
The question is asked about the family line of gurus of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. There's some question is he has no family line, or he's in the family line of Advaita Prabhu. It's really, the answer to this question it's irrelevant. He's some kind of acharya guru of a vast mission, and he's the great-grand guru of Srila Prabhupada, who founded ISKCON. It's another grand spiritual mission, helping so many millions of people. So whatever is line or no line, or parivar or no parivar, it doesn't really matter. You judge a thing by its fruits. He did a great job, great seva to humanity, and his disciple Bhaktivedanta Swami and his other disciples, the Gaudiya Vaisnava, they're doing great service to humanity by spreading Krishna consciousness. Most of the authorities of contemporary acharyas of the 1920s, they say that Gauraki Das Babaji took Diksha from Nandakishore Goswami. Nandakishore Goswami is from Navadvip. He's in the way to Parivar. But Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati didn't mention the name or recognize the guru of his own guru, which is a little strange. But whatever, that was his own reasoning, which I can't comment on. So, what Parivar is, I don't know what Parivar is. The people that know most about Bhaktisiddhanta are the Gaudiya Vaisnava, and they're silent on the subject. They don't comment on the subject. They don't talk about Parivar. They don't talk about Nityananda Parivar. They make no comment on it. So I don't know. They know much more than I do about Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So I can't comment. It's not important, really. If you're with ISKCON or Gaudiya Vaisnava, that's your good fortune. You should do your service nicely, worship your Guru and worship Krishna, and be careful not to make offense to other Vaishnavas. That's the important thing to follow everywhere. Wherever you are, worship, wherever you are, whatever mission you're in or not in, you should worship your Guru and worship Radha Krishna without offense. And mind your own business, as they say. It's very hard in these transcendental personalities. Fools rush in where angels dare to tread. It's very hard to judge the position, identity of transcendental personalities. I'm not about to jump in that dangerous, tiger-infested area of Vaishnava Aparad. You're good, I'm good. You're good, I'm good, we're all good. You're good, I'm good, be good, we're all good. Question, Italian questions, controversial questions from Italy. Mussolini is rising again.
I don't know, I have to read what she write.
Yeah, it should be too silly question. Should be a smart question. 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 No question. What time is it?
45 minutes. 15 more minutes.
we come till one comes to Bhava stage, one will not have darshan of Krishna. So before that, how the devotee should approach? Like he can imagine the forms of the Lord. Yes. Is that correct, or it comes under imagination?
What's the question?
Like before one comes to Bhava stage, one will not have experience of the Krishna. So before that, one can imagine the form of the Lord. And is that a correct way of approaching?
Question is, before when one comes to the stage of Bhava Bhakti, Jiva Goswami says one is eligible to have darshan, attain darshan of Krishna. Doesn't mean he gets it, he may get it, may not. But before we come to Bhava, should we meditate on the form of Krishna? Yes, of course, that's part of bhajan, meditating. And Krishna, Karamrita, verse number 2, the commentary by Krishna's Kaviraj, which is called Sranga Ranga Datika, he says, even before, he says, Ajatarati Sadhu, Ajatarati, Rati means Bhav. Ajata means not born. Before Bhava Rati appears or manifests in one's heart, one can meditate on his own Siddha and on the form of Krishna. It must be done. That's part of bhajan. Shrodam, Kirtan, Vishnu, Smaranam. Smaranam means meditating. Nam Rup, Gun, Lila, Dhyan. Dhyan, meditate on Krishna's Nam, his form, his qualities, and his pastimes. Meditating on Krishna's form is wonderful. There's a whole book written by Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur called Rupa Chintamani. It's quoted in my Art of Chanting book, the whole book. I just read it this morning. It's a beautiful meditation.
But there is always a doubt that whether the form is Krishna's form or not, because yes, there is always, sometimes.
There's a doubt whether it's Krishna's form. Krishna, you read a description of Krishna's form, it's Krishna's form. Who else is dark blue? Is black or brown? Dark, like rainbow, not rainbow, I mean monsoon cloud blue, blue is gray. I've never seen anybody that color. Except Shukadev and Vyasadeva and Arjuna and Draupadi and Yashoda. They're all blue. They're all related to Krishna also. Arjuna's blue. The picture on the Bhagavad Gita shows Arjuna golden color. But he's blue. Shukadeva Goswami is blue. Vyasadeva is blue. Yashoda is blue. Uddhava is blue. And so are you. No, I'm golden. Sridham is blue. Who's Sridham?
He's a brother of Radha.
Brother Radharani. So as soon as Radharani sees Sridham, what does she do? Remembers Krishna. And actually, it looks beautiful too. If your sister's Radharani, you can't be ugly. If your sister's Radharani, you better look pretty good. You know you're going to be looking good. I got a picture of my niece. Did you get that picture? Did it come? It was on my mail. I don't know if you saw it. Well, you didn't get it. My niece. You saw a picture?
But it's not very clear.
There's a funny picture, all like some art painting or something. There's another one she sent. I never met her. I never met her. Anyway, it's interesting she shows up in Vrindavan. Because she has this one idea about Vrindavan. You know, they get She sounds like she's pretty determined to come here. I never met her. I didn't know she existed until I got an email. You know. My brother had 3 wives. You know, he's got kids here and there. Question? Well, what's that? That's that. Yeah.
I saw that in Vrindavan a lot of buildings, especially temples, have a flag on the building. Does this flag something special mean? Maybe it has any kind of spiritual meaning?
Questions asked, many temples in Vrindavan have flags on the roof of the temple. Does this have special meaning? Flags are auspicious. They're in Vastu Shastra. Vastu Shastra is part of Veda. And Veda says flags are auspicious. When flags flap on a temple, every time the flag flaps, the sins of everybody in that temple building are getting destroyed. Oh, it's good if it's a windy place. If it's not a windy place, the flag. As much as the flag flaps, it goes like this back and forth, that's as much as sins of people are being destroyed. It says this in Hari Bhakti Vilas. There's a section in Hari Bhakti Vilas by Sanatana Goswami that talks about the effect of flags and what they do and how they act. But generally, they're very pure. They're very pure, pavitram. They're very purifying. They eliminate the sinful reactions of the people who live there. Like gurus, when they initiate, they take a lot of karma from disciples. So gurus' ashrams usually have flags on the ashram. There's a flag in this ashram. What is the flag? What is the flag on Krishna's palace? What does it look like? Quiz question. Is there a flag on Krishna's palace? Yes. What is it? What is the flag on Arjuna's chariot? Hanuman flying through the sky. He's carrying mountain on his hand. Has a mountain on his hand. That's Ganda Madan mountain or something? The medicine for Lakshman?
Yes.
So what is it? Come on, Saki. I'll give you a hint.
Garuda.
Two-head Garuda.
Two-head.
Russian.
It's not Russian, it's Garuda. Garuda is not Russian.
Peacock.
Peacock. Peacock.
Dancing peacock.
Dancing peacock.
On the yeah, on the good deal. On the flag of Nanda Maharaj's palace in Nandagram, there's a dancing peacock. Beautiful. Blue and, it looks like a painting of a peacock. Russian artist. So flags are auspicious.
For the countries also.
Huh?
For the countries also, countries' flags like USA or whatever.
Yeah, countries have flags also.
For the
Victory
celebration.
flags called Jaya Dwaj. Pataka means flag and Jaya means victory. So Jaya Pataka means victory flag. The name of your guru, Patak means flag. Even if you're not a guru or not a temple, if you have a house, put a flag on the roof. It's good. Put a flag on the roof of the Russian house. Skull and crossbones. You hear what I said? You hear what I said? You should have a black and white flag on the roof of this Russian house. Skull and crossbones. And that's the flag of pirates. Pirates, chores have that flag. But that's Russian house full of chores.
Parrots.
Maharaj, now not crow fly, now black crow fly on.
Yeah, that's good, Shani.
Shani.
Can't get away from Shani, huh? Question. Okay.
Like she asked, for a follower in IGM, how can meditate in Anastakaya Lila? So, what is the chief manjari? Because what is the pranali line or the other manjaris? Because she asked this. Because with no parivar, so how to meditate?
If someone is
Same person.
you give an entity. If someone is an IGM, someone might ask, what's the address of IGM? If someone is an IGM, how they meditate, who's their Yuteshwari?
And chief manjari. Because of Tulsi manjari or Rupa manjari.
That's for them to figure out. Mostly people in this category of Gaudiya, when they identify themselves with some parivar, they generally consider themselves somehow or other they're connected to Nityananda parivar, which means they follow Rupa Manjari and Lita Sakhi. So they should follow Lita Sakhi and Rupa Manjari, because they're the Mukhya Manjari and Yuteshwari for Nityananda parivar. Because Bhaktivinoda Thakur is the Nityananda parivar. And he's the father of Siddhanta Saraswati. So generally they see like that. They see a connection between Nityananda parivar and the tilak they wear is something like Nityananda parivar tilak. Well, it's 5 minutes.
3 minutes.
Yeah. One question.
So in Shad Goswami Ashtam there is this verse Sankhya Purvaka Nama Gana Nativi. We can understand Nama and Nativi, but Gana how Sankhya Purvaka is.
What's the question?
Like Sankhya Purvaka Nama Gana Nativi Kalavasani Kruta, there is this verse written by Srinivasacharya. So Nama is chanting, we can maintain count, but and obeisances also, but Gana, what is Sankhya Purvaka in?
In the Sad Goswami Ashram, prayer glorifying the activities of 6 Goswamis, said they chant a fixed number. Sankhya means fixed number fixed number of japa every day. And gan means astakams. Astakams, stotrams, prayers. They chant Yamanastakam, Madarastakam, Gauranastakam. These are different prayers. Radha Astakam. They chant different prayers every day. They wrote them, they chant them also. Krishna's Kaviraj wrote prayers, Raghunath wrote prayers. That's what Stavali means, the book of prayers. And Stavamala means the book of prayers. Stava means stotra, means prayers. So it means gan means songs. Songs means prayers. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Deity Gokula Tarani Manda. That's a prayer. That's a gun. We sing it like a song. But it's a prayer in the Stavamala. So every stava, you can sing all. We sing Goswami it's just an astika, but you sing it. Prabhupada sang it so beautifully. Sankhya Purvaka Namagan Natri. So very beautiful singing. You can sing all these. So that's gan. Gan means song, and these are all songs to be sung with proper raga and meter and chandas and everything. So that's what it means. And they did that every day. They sang songs. Like in Kartik, we do Niyam Seva. So every day we chant Radha Astakam, we chant Radha Kunda Astakam, Shava Astakam, Guna Astakam, Damodar Astakam. We do it for 1 month. That's our regulated Seva. That's our Sankhya. We count every day, we count. Any more? Yeah, Anurag.
How should a sadhak read Shastra? Like to get interested in that Shastra?
How should one read Shastra?
How should a sadhak read Shastra? Like if he is reading Prem Bhakti Chandrika, or even if he is reading Bhagavad Gita, and he is not getting interest in reading it, but you only say that everyone should read Bhagavad Gita, like daily having meals. Like in the morning we should read Bhagavatam, in the evening we should read Srimad Bhagavatam. But if we are not having interest, how should we read? How should we be conscious of reading? And how to attain the interest?
Question is how to maintain interest and enthusiasm to read Shastra. Just keep reading. No, it's a fact. Because the Shastra is all ultimately Krishna. So the more you associate with Shastra, the more you associate with Krishna. But right now, Rupa Goswami uses the analogy in Upadeshamrita, because we're affected by avidya. Because of ignorance, we have no taste. When a person has jaundice, he can't taste sugar. Sugar loses its sweet taste. His tongue can't perceive the sweetness of sugar because it's covering a disease of jaundice, the liver disease. So you remove the liver disease, and then your taste buds return, and you can taste sweet again. So the same thing, we have ignorance of Krishna, we have ignorance of Krishna's beauty and qualities. So when we read about his beauty and qualities, about the qualities of bhakti, then it destroys the disease of ignorance. When the disease of ignorance is destroyed, then a natural taste of Krishna appears in our consciousness, and we relish and enjoy Shastra reading. Machita Makata Pranas Bodhyasa Bodhyasa Praspa Tashanti Charamanti Cha. 10th chapter of Gita, verse number 9, says when you read Shastra, you'll feel happiness and bliss. Tashanti Charamanti Cha. 9th chapter of Gita, verse number 9. So if you're not experiencing happiness and bliss by reading Shastra, because if you're experiencing happiness and bliss by doing something, you'll want to keep doing that thing that gives you happiness and bliss. But everyone's looking for happiness and bliss. and we're getting knowledge on top of it. So everyone's looking for happiness and knowledge because we don't have it, but we have the potential to be happy and potential to gain knowledge. It's called Swarup Yogita. Yogita means the potential to develop bliss and the potential to develop knowledge. So just keep reading. That's the only way. These books are nectar, but you're not tasting the nectar because you're diseased. These books are made of nectar. They're made of Krishna. Krishna is Rasa Vaisa, Rasa Srup. His Srup is made of ras, taste, flavor, bliss. The books are Krishna. Krishna is the books. So if you're not getting happiness and joy, enthusiasm to read the books, it means you have no happiness and joy or enthusiasm about Krishna either. So you're a diseased man. So keep reading, keep chanting, and gradually you get crazy about reading. Make your narration tapes. Speak into your phone, make recordings of Leela, and then later listen to them. That's what I do. Transcendental sound is very sweet and very satisfying. Everyone's a highly experience, everywhere, no matter what country you're born in, where you're from, because it appeals to the Atma. It affects the Atma. We're all Jivatmas. When you contact transcendental vibration, it changes your consciousness, it produces happiness and knowledge. And enthusiasm. It has to be that way. So just keep at it, don't give up. It's Maya's trick to make you stop. It's more fun to press the buttons on your cell phone and look at the screen. That's just the temptress of Maya taking away from Bhakti. Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe.